Shar and I are both from Delaware County.
O'Brien didn't know how to say water, so
It's
I
water.
pointed that out. Huh?
Water. You gotta teach him. Well, he's from Boston. He's got that.
He goes,
we all
water.
we all got funny accents.
Yeah.
Coach, you're from Radnor, right?
Newtown Square.
Oh,
right next door.
I'm from Brumell.
Oh, cool. St. Pius Parish. In case you're talking
Oh
about
yeah, that's me too.
You've
Here at
got,
St. College now.
yeah.
you had a couple of carefrontations, I believe, in the last couple of.
That's how you're gonna start.
Last, and of
You're gonna
course,
start
of
this.
course, yeah. I want to know. Now, I would like. It sounds as though number 5 wanted to go back home. Period. Anyway, he was homesick, West Coast. But what about Lewis? Was that your impetus, his impetus? I never got around to asking this, so I'm curious.
I think it comes down to what's best for everybody.
Yeah.
And I felt like, and he felt like it would be best interest of both the program and for him to get back closer to home.
It was a mutual impetus. I mean, who made the first move? That's what I'm curious about.
I think we sat down, you have your end of the year discussions, and you just say what you expect, what went on throughout the year, and how you're going to move on from there.
Yeah.
And I think we both agreed that would be best.
How'd
So I
that-
would say mutual.
Huh?
And I know you're trying to keep digging, but I'm going to stick by what I'm saying.
That's okay.
It's mutual.
But the reason it's germane is Penn State has never, there's the phrase "run off," and I'm not going to use that phrase, but guys have never
We're on the
moved.
Caravan. This is supposed to be a fun thing.
Yeah, the guys have
We're
never.
talking about running off.
Guys have never moved on from those situations
Yeah.
much in the past. I got no problem with it. I don't think any other people have gotten much of a problem with it, but it is a change. It's a sea change, and you realize that, right?
Yeah, sure. Again, I would say, look, you get one chance to play in college. You get 4 or 5 years, 5-year window. And let's make it the best 4 or 5 years for that kid and for our program, for everybody. So I think that's the solution we came to. So I'm not running anybody off.
I didn't say that.
It's more of, this is, you get one life, one chance, and let's make sure it's the best.
No, I don't think it necessarily is in a lot of situations. But if a guy doesn't fit in, he doesn't fit in for whatever reason. Could be your style, could be his style. But Lewis didn't seem like a guy who, from what we heard, had bought in completely. Is that accurate or not?
I would say he was injured so often throughout the year. I think he really tried.
Okay.
I think he tried.
Who approached you about
Let's go
doing?
to a football question.
Sure, go ahead.
How do you get along with Coach O'Brien and
I get along great. I really enjoy his company. We just talked for 3.5 hours from the time we had our coffee at 6:30 this morning till 10 o'clock when we rolled in here. I think we're very similar in a lot of ways, other than the hairstyle. It would be, we're intense, passionate. We want to do what's best for Penn State. And he's building and creating a culture and an environment, so we share those type of stories. And we laughed. He was telling me experiences about him being in the NFL, being in college, and I was telling him my experiences being with Villanova and this past year at BU, because I'd worked in Boston for 2 years, and obviously he's from that area, so we get along great. It's like we could go out and have a burger together.
did you give him any tips on how the Philadelphia crowd will receive him today?
He already knows it. He coached against the Eagles, so I don't need to tell him anything.
You didn't have a football program like this at the last 2 places you coached. How important is it for the relationship between the basketball office and the football office to be a good one?
It's critical, look, we need to change the perception of Penn State basketball. I think we all agree with that. And with Bill's help, we can do that. And we're going to work side by side on that. I think for me, it's a luxury to have Penn State football because we reap the benefits of what that program means nationally, worldly. So, for us, it can only help. And I think it already has. The way I travel now, the way I go out and recruit now, we're doing some amazing things, and I'm getting to see a ton of players. And people are starting to listen, where maybe when I first got here, they weren't listening.
Were there some things holding you back in the past?
Well, again, I'm on 11 months tomorrow. 11 months here. So I can't tell you what's happened in the past. But, I can tell you there have been some no's, but that's what you get in recruiting. There's a lot of no's. There's more no's than yeses. So it's definitely been a challenge. I think it's a challenge anywhere where you go and you take over a job. And right now we were 12-20, so it's a challenge to recruit. But you got to keep at it and get the right players.
What is it going to take to get maybe a real elite player from this area? You've gotten some really good players from this area. What is it going to take to get one of the elite guys in the Philadelphia area?
Again, I can't talk about recruiting. I can't talk about names, but I feel like
in general, though.
Yeah, in general, we got to win. We got to win. I think our success this year and years to come is going to be critical, and I think the success of DJ Newbill is going to be big from North Philly. But like I just said, we got to go wherever the best players are, and we got to go where people want to be here. Whether that's Philly, Pittsburgh, Florida, Texas, Cali, Canada, it doesn't matter. So we have to be successful no matter what we do.
When we're talking about Newville, when you said a couple of months ago that you expected to have the best backcourt in the Big Ten, was there a purpose behind
said
that?
the country, actually.
Or did you say in the country?
He said the country.
I believe I said the country.
Because he corrected me.
All right.
I remember that.
So,
Kerosene on fire.
a little,
Yeah, I'm in trouble here, Joe.
a little license there, or trying to put pressure on these guys to raise the bar for them.
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. I think Tim Frazier is one of the most underrated guards
Yep.
in the country. He did everything for us other than drive the bus, maybe. And I was able to watch DJ Newbill, much like some of my local guys here, every day in practice, and he was phenomenal. And he's 6'4", and he has a big body, and he's going to open up some things for Tim. And hence, DJ's going to open up some things for Tim. And I'm excited about those two guys and what they mean to Penn State basketball.
So why say that out loud? Some guys wouldn't, some guys would. Why did you say it out loud?
Because I wanted to make sure people know about Tim Frazier and DJ Newbill.
Oh, you're promoting?
A little bit.
More
I guess you could say that.
than raising the bar for them?
I would say I'm doing both.
Okay.
I'm promoting them because I think Tim's earned the right, and I want people to know about DJ. And you're a little bit right where I want to put those guys in a position where they're going to work really hard this summer.
You must feel like they can handle that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
All right.
No question.
When Coach Weiss had her press conference a couple weeks ago, she talked about really sort of serving as liking at being at Penn State because she wanted to give back and she didn't want to run away from the fire. With all the stuff that's gone on in the last years, how can you guys use this caravan to just, I guess, promote Penn State, for lack of a better word, or get across your core values?
Promote's good, but I would say connect. I think we need to reconnect with Penn State and their alumni and just let them know, hey, we're going to do things differently, and we're together on this, and we stand side by side, and we're changing the culture and changing the environment, and we want to build relationships. That's why we're getting out here. And I thought Coach O'Brien's idea was great to do something like this, because he's a busy guy, and to be on the same, I keep saying, to be on the same undercard or scorecard as him for me is great, selfishly, in a lot of ways.
His idea? I didn't know all this was his idea.
Yeah, I believe it was his idea.
Okay.
I think him and John Attardi and some of the other administration had some help with it, but I know Bill had wanted to get out and shake some hands and meet some people. And I've only been here 11 months, and I wanted to do the same thing because when I got here, I went out and flew and saw the players. I went out to recruit, but I really never got out and said hello to people. And I mean, I did a little bit, but this level, it's on a whole nother.
Pat, what do you want people to know about you after all this stuff? Thanks.
Wow, that we're going to run a really good program, one built on attitude. We're changing the culture, we're changing the environment. We're playing a great style of basketball. We're working extremely hard. We're going to have kids that want to get their degrees, that are going to represent Penn State University the way it needs to be represented. And you're going to be proud of the Penn State basketball program for years to come. And we play in a great league with great coaches and with great players. But these kids are working hard, and we got some talent. We got some talent coming in. So please come out and watch us. And that's what I would tell you.
Hockey getting ready to blast off a big way.
Yeah, I'm excited about hockey.
finite winter sports dollar
Yeah.
for fans. How does that impact you? Do you think about
Is
it
he
or not?
beautiful? No, not one positive question. And he's got the blind green shirt on for a reason. I like hockey. I came from a hockey
Me
school.
too. Yeah.
You know, I came from the legendary Jack Parker at BU. So I think Guy and I, we have a great relationship. We're next door to each other right now in the BJC. I mean, we should do double headers and work together, and that's what we're going to do. I think it's great for the students. They have something else that they can go to. And hockey's a great sport live. I'm all in with hockey. I like that.
Is there any way that you can make fans out of Philadelphia residents for Penn State basketball? I mean, obviously the schools here are so strong as it is. But can you convert some people, maybe?
I think we already have. I think people enjoy the way we play. They know we're playing hard. We know we're competing every night. Again, recruiting here is going to help. Getting some Philadelphia players is going to help. Not that we need the whole team filled with Philadelphia players, but that'll help. And we're going to, our schedule, we're going to come into Philadelphia and play. Try to play some Big Five schools this year. So all those little things can help.
Do you think you'll see dividends in terms of seats filled with the BJC?
Because
that's important.
It's important for me, and I'm hoping. That's why I've already gone out, other than this Caravan, I'm already going out doing other speaking engagements to get people to come out and to be open, to be open to people and let them get to know me and who I am and what we're all about. I think that's important, because when people think they have a relationship with you, they might take the 3-hour drive instead of just watching on the Big Ten Network.
For ever, Penn State been a non-entity in the state.
Can I get a sub?
No, this is, you're gonna like this. You're gonna like this.
Is he all right, or is he
You're
on the
gonna like
shelf?
this. Forever, Penn State had been a non-entity in Pennsylvania. Now, all of a sudden, and I'm hearing from my recruiting geek buddies, everyone's looking around going, what the hell? Have you gotten any feedback from third parties that all of a sudden Penn State is a factor and is clearly going to be a factor in recruiting in this state? Are you hearing about this or not?
I'm not. I'm just focused on Penn State and who we're recruiting and what we're doing. But that's good to hear that Penn State's name is now coming across the Twitter a little bit more than it used to. And
does it change anything? For instance, when all of a sudden people like Jay know you're a factor, or are you just going to do what you do anyway?
No, we just got to do what we do anyway. Jay and I have a great relationship.
Well, not just Jay, but Jamie Dixon and everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, look, I get along with Jamie. I've seen him all week. I saw him the last 2 weekends. But I'm sure there's another player in the game. So
Yeah.
Is it tough scheduling teams from down here? I mean, they're locked into so many non-conference games. Is that a challenge for you trying to get some of these
not
teams?
right now. No, I'm hoping in 2 or 3 years it's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, how about getting them to come up to State College?
No. I think we're gonna play Penn this year. Penn's gonna come up, but we're gonna return the game. I think LaSalle. I mean, we had St. Joe's that just ended. And Temple's in the future.
Is it too much of a pain in the butt to play at the Giant Center? This has been a kind of a back and forth thing where people go, oh, geez, you got to share the gate, and we got to get people from Harrisburg to come up, not worry about going down there to meet them. And people have had different philosophies. Is that even on the radar for you or no?
It isn't right now. Not right now.
Okay.
Maybe in the distant future, but not right now. We need to pack the BJC.
Right.
We need to get people in that building. We play a good style. You've been to the games. We play it hard.
I enjoy it.
Yeah. So I'm hoping. It takes time. Dana just asked me, can you be patient? I was like,
Dana did?
yeah. She's right behind me.
There you are.
I was, as a head coach, it's hard to be patient, but you're gonna have to be. I would like to have 15,000 every night. It's not reality though right now, but you got to keep doing things like this and keep getting out there in the community, keep giving those speeches, and hopefully they'll start to come. Plus, recruiting locally, I think is going to help. We get some locals. Now you got some families coming, and then their friends are coming, and then their high schools are coming, and now it's the cool thing to do.
Do you have the ingredients for this coming year to be better, certainly.
We're going to be better, no doubt. We're going to be better. How much better, I'm not sure yet, because it really depends on how well we do this off season. We had a fabulous spring, phenomenal, in the weight room, on the floor. We did some great things. Guys are getting better. Now that we have 8 weeks with them in the summer, we're going to get better. So I'm excited. I'm not going to put a number on it, but I think we're going to get better.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it didn't seem like
Go
it didn't seem like you were disappointed by the effort last year. I mean, the effort was there.
I felt, look, again, I just said this. I'm not happy about being 12 and 20. I'll never be happy about having a losing record. I don't like losing. There's no question about it. Throughout my whole coaching and playing career, we didn't lose very much. So this was a first time thing for me. But what I would tell you is these kids played hard. They competed every single day in practice. They came out and played as hard as they could, no matter who it was. We didn't fear any opponent, and I got to give them credit for that. I'm a new first-year coach. Some of these guys, they didn't come here for me. And, by the end of the year, I felt like everybody got better, individuals got better.
There had to be times where you didn't communicate your usual, I imagine, your dissatisfaction with losing simply because you knew that they were pretty much optimizing their capabilities. Now that you're going to have some guys who you think, can do better, are you going to be a little more of a bad cop or not?
I felt like I was a little bit of a bad cop last year.
All right.
I was a little bit of a bad cop. I'm just hoping our leaders, Tim Frazier especially, can be that bad cop now. He can be that leader like a Draymond Green to really run the locker room. And that's the most important thing. Anytime you see successful teams, they always talk about the locker room. If that locker room's together, you got a chance.
Time for one more, maybe. Dad's one.
You can't talk specifics, obviously, but do you feel like you're close to being finished with recruiting and/or transfers, all that kind of stuff?
I would say no, you're never finished recruiting. Recruiting's 365 days a year.
Kids that are coming in this fall or something.
I would tell you we're going to keep working hard, and we're going to be open to anything. If it fits. I'm not into Band-Aids. I'm not making short-term decisions. I'm all about building a program. And if we get some recruits in the next couple of weeks, great. And if we don't, that's fine too. It's fine too. But I'm not into short-term solutions.